Hi friend, welcome back to a new video. I'm so excited to share with you some new art supplies that I got as a part of my birthday gifts from my family last week. I'm most excited about the Caran Neocolor II or the Aquarelle water-soluble wax crayons. I've been watching other videos by other artists on how to use these and the beautiful pigmented light fast colors that they offer. I also picked up the Mungyo set of 36 water-soluble wax crayons. I'm also on a journey of trying out new oil paints. And as a part of this birthday haul, I also picked up Schmincke's Norma Professional oil paints, some of which are single pigments and some which are mixed pigments. For all my oil paint art lovers, I'm going to dedicate a separate video where I'm going to swatch these new Norma Professional paints and also do a bit of comparison of single pigments versus mixed pigments. I also treated myself to the set of 72 color pencils by Campbell. I'm trying to develop this habit of not trying to wait for the perfect time to start creating an art, but utilizing little pockets of time in between the daily schedule to sit and sketch, and I thought color pencils would be a great way to start. In this particular video, I'm going to focus on the Caran Neocolor II, where I'll open up the new packs, swatch the colors out, and create a little artwork towards the end. So let's get started. So this, friends, is the Caran Neocolor II, which are the water-soluble wax pastels or wax crayons. And each of them is a set of 10. So this is the basic set, which has the primary colors and a couple of secondary colors and neutrals. And this is the cold or the cool palette, and this is the warm palette. Both of these are curated from the larger set that Caran offers in Neocolor II by the artist called Bearabai. If I'll just zoom in a bit, and we'll see this even while swatching. So none of the colors are actually repeated in these three sets, which is a good thing. So you end up with a set of 30 unique Neocolor II water-soluble pastels. So now coming to the price, both the warm and the cool palettes, being limited editions, I guess, are more expensive than the basic set of 10. And these are at an MRP of rupees 3150 each, and this includes the taxes. Of course, they're imported from the country of origin, which is Switzerland, and hence you end up paying a little bit more when you're buying these in India. But I was always on the lookout for a good discount, and I did get a good discount when I purchased this from Himalaya Fine Art. You end up saving 315 rupees on each of these packs when you're buying them during a sale. And the basic set of 10 colors is at an MRP of rupees 2880. Again, I got this while it was on a 10% discount. And while these are probably the most expensive water-soluble wax crayons, they are supposed to be the best in class in terms of light fastness as well as the quality of pigment and make. So just small details like this on the sleeve of the packaging, where the heritage of the brand has been given in terms of milestones of the products or the innovations that they've done. I'm just amazed at how cute the packaging is, so sleek, and the red colored tin makes it look so attractive. Both the cool and the warm palette are the limited editions, as you can see. So we're going to open up each of these. It says to cut here, but I think I'm just going to slide it off. These aside for now. They have a swatch card built into the sleeve. That's interesting. I don't know whether I'm going to use that though, because I would like to maintain my own swatch sheets and catalog them, as you know. Yeah. Wow. They have these little stickers inside. So cute. So we'll see the others too. Oh, so the others don't have a sticker. So I don't think I'll be able to identify the warm color from just the outside. And similarly the cool palette. Extremely cute though, the packaging. Oops, I'm so scared to take them out. But yeah, there you go. So as you consume the wax pastel, you can easily peel this off. Okay, so I've just set up for the swatching. I'm going to be using the oil pastel pad from Omart, which is 200 GSM, and it has this beautiful ivory tone to it, and it's a smooth finish. And I'm going to swatch the 10 colors from each set vertically. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to be testing each of the colors in a dry state, and then we'll check for the opacity, and then we'll mix some water and then again check for its opacity. So we are all set up. So this is for the primary set, the 10 colors, the cold colors, and then the warm colors. And the first line is a 2.5 HB regular graphite pencil, and the second one is a wax color pencil. The third is an archival black ink tip 03 micron pen, and the fourth is a acrylic black marker. This is yellow. It's very smooth to apply. I just want to be mindful of not putting too much pressure on these sticks, because I've seen videos in which they snap if you apply too much of pressure. Wax color pencil also gets picked up by the wax of this Neocolors. So there's a little bit of bleed in that sense here. I will go on till here, and then I'm going to use a brush and some water to blend this out. So the dissolvability is really nice. It's so smooth, and there's adequate pigment still when you dissolve this in water, and for it to spread across the paper till the pigment runs out. I was looking for the light fast rating for each of these colors, and it's there on the sleeve if you can see inside. So I'm just going to put those down here too. On a scale of 1 to 3 stars, 1 star being good, 2 being very good and 3 being excellent under UV rays of 150 hours. A good set of, I would say most of these are either 2 or 3, and except one of them which is violet, that is a 1-star light fastness. The rest are very good or excellent in terms of light fastness. Let's move on to the next palette, which is the cold palette. Yeah. So this is Cobalt Blue 5%. So my first reaction when I see this is that all the blues and the greens come across as cool or cold colors. But apart from the greens and the blues, the first thing that stands out to me is the inclusion of vermilion, which is considered a warm color as a complementary color. At the same time, it helps to add contrast to a composition. They also have cooler red and hence a salmon rose as compared to a warmer vermilion. The battery of my camera got heated up, so I couldn't record the rest of the swatching for this set. But the colors that I completed after that were malachite green, dark green, Prussian blue, vermilion, and salmon pink. So inside the covers of the warm and the cold palette, the information on the light fastness is not given. I'll have to get that from the net, but it still has the number of the color, and I'm going to put that down. And the last set that is left is that of the warm palette, and we are going to just swatch these out in a similar way. So the first color is pink. I'm going to finish up finding the light fast ratings from the net and we'll complete this. But for now, I'm going to put this aside. I want to run a few quick experiments in terms of blending some of these colors. So I'm curious to see first how a white tints some of these colors. Let's pick up, say, a malachite green. And this is 300 GSM textured cold press paper, so you can see the white shows through much more as compared to the fine textured 200 GSM paper that we just used. And on a part of this, I'm going to add the white wax crayon. So this is the value that you get when you dilute the dry pigment without mixing white. And I want to see what happens when I've mixed white with the malachite green as a dry medium and I activate it with water. So this has definitely got more gouache-like properties because of the inclusion of white in it, and the opacity also increases once you add white. Do this with purple. You can see the difference in terms of the transparency versus the opacity when you add white. Each has its own unique properties and a different kind of a look. This is definitely more watercolory. I'm going to try it out with one last color, vermilion. It just glides across the page. It's so soft. Side where it's been mixed with white, a cloudy solution, scarlet, and see what happens when we mix these two. The idea is to start probably from either end so as to not drag the pigment onto the other side, but to let it mix a little bit more organically. Forms this muted, almost muddy purple. The red is a little too warm to form a vibrant purple. And let's mix this with turquoise green. Let's see what kind of a vibrant green can be formed. It's a lovely lime green. There's so much pigment to move around. Truly, a little goes a long way with the Neocolor II. Deeply or richly pigmented wax crayons. And these are going to be a joy to work with. The best thing I like about them is that they double up as a drawing tool as well as a coloring tool. Depending on how much you scrub the paper, either some of the lines will remain of the original marks or completely disappear. So you have to be careful also of the kind of paper that you're using, because it should be able to tolerate the scrubbing in case you want most of the lines to disappear. Of course, applying this lightly as a mark will help dissolve the lines faster and will leave no trace or minimal trace behind. The same thing if I were to really deepen or darken the marks. It'll take much more time, effort and scrubbing in case I want to get rid of the initial marks altogether. And somewhere the paper may start to come off too. So let's create some art now with these Neocolors II, and for which I'm going to refer to a book by the author and artist Kyuyun Park, who's put together some wonderful guidelines on how to break down the anatomy of flowers and pot plants into simple steps. This is a watercolor book, but I'm sure I'll be able to apply the principles even to this medium, which is Neocolors II. This book was one of my first books that I purchased when I was learning watercolors. I'm still learning watercolors, and seeing some of the references from this book while practicing created these little artworks in watercolors inspired from this book. I love the potted pilia. Even in the book the reference is amazing, and I also love this orange blossom. Having practiced with instructions given in this book, it gave me the confidence to observe plants around me, especially potted plants around me, and I slowly started to create my own artworks in watercolors. This style is more structured. It's not as loose as some of the watercolor florals, which again have their own charm and are beautiful techniques to follow. The orange blossom would be a great reference to try and recreate in Neocolors II. I'm going to try out the Bristol 25% cotton hot pressed 300 GSM paper that I recently ordered. Thanks friends, if you've stayed till the end of this video. I will continue to do more art created with the Caran Neocolor II. I'm also super excited and eager to also test out the watercolor crayons by Gallery Mungyo, which are the 36 assorted colors. If you're keen to come along on a journey to open these up with me and create some more art with these, drop in a comment with H2O and I'm sure to create a separate video on the experience of the Mungyo watercolor crayons for you. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, happy painting.